Hi everyone, welcome to Mr. DR Talks. This is part 7 from ASP.NET Core and Angular session. In our previous video, we discussed about how to implement dependency injection in ASP.NET Core. Okay. In this session, we will try to learn about how to configure the DB context in ASP.NET Core. There are two ways to do this. The first way is like whenever we see the DB context, the configuring services will be automatically established. The second way is like we can configure this DB context as a middle layer in the startup.configure services. Okay, let me show you the first one. If you observe this employee context, okay, there is one parameterless constructor and one parameterized constructor. In this parameterized constructor, we are passing the options, nothing but DB context options to the base class, that is nothing but DB context. And there is an override method which is called as the onConfiguring. This onConfiguring, which is having one parameter, that is DB context options builder, which will establish the connection between ASP.NET Core and database. If you observe this, in the use SQL Server, we have a connection string which will establish the connection to the database. Okay, but this is not the preferable approach to use this DB context and to configure this use SQL Server in employee context.cs. In ASP.NET Core, the best and sustainable approach is like configure this employee context in startup.configure services as a middle layer component. If you observe this, we already got familiar with the dependency injection in ASP.NET Core. Okay, this statement successfully established the connection between iEmployeeDB service and contract class, that is employeeDB service. Nothing but we have given the complete responsibility of connection to the DB and like connection to the DB and like creation operations to the DB service, employee DB service. If you observe this employee context, to configure this use SQL Server in startup.configure services, we need to follow the 3 steps to configure the employee context in startup.configure services. The first step is like remove the parameterless constructor from the employee context. The second step is like completely remove the onConfiguring from the employee context. Before removing, just to copy this connection string from and paste it in the notepad. Okay. Now completely remove this onConfiguring from the employee context. The next step is, and the third last step is like we need to configure the employee context in the startup.cs. The syntax is like services having one extension method called add db context, which will expect employee context. If you observe overload method, which will expect options. The options are db context options builder, which is a delegate. I'm just naming it as a options delegate. The next step is like options are having one extension method to configure our SQL Server connection string, that is nothing but use SQL Server. Okay, just copy the statement from notepad and paste it here. These are the 3 simple steps we need to follow to configure the DB context in startup.configure services as a middle layer component. Okay, with this we are completely done with the configuring the DB context as a service in startup.configure services. The next step is like if you observe this employee context, now you are completely done with this on model creating, on configuring. Next step is like come back to employee DB services and observe. Here we are seeing one issue because this employee context is throwing us one error because this employee context is nowhere present with this parameterless constructor. What we need to do, we need to just remove this using statement from all the CRUD methods. private access modifier and read-only keyword which contains the employee context class. I'm just aliasing is as a context. We were aware of the dependency injection. What we need to do, this employee DB service will take employee context as a parameter. Now the next step is like assign the context with the underscore context. With this, we are completely done with the configuring employee context from startup.configure services. Okay. These are the three simple steps we need to follow to configure the employee context in the startup.configure service as a middle layer component. Thanks for watching my video. If you like this video, please subscribe, share and like. In the next upcoming session, we will try to learn about configuring services in ASP.NET Core. If you see this, this is very bad practice to have sensitive information in startup.cs class. Now, in our upcoming session, we will see how to move this SQL Server connection string from startup.cs to appsettings.json and how to read this connection string through configuration services. Okay. Thank you so much.